So today's one of those days when I get to speak about something that I absolutely am fully convinced that everybody enjoys: abundance. And I know the talk title says plant a seed, but I don't think many of us will have a problem figuring out that anytime you plant a seed, that you're going to get some kind of harvest, providing that the right environment is created. And because Dr. Mark called me this morning and asked me to speak, what better reference to make than gardens and plants and seeds and abundance? It's one of Dr. Mark's favorite things to do. He loves to garden in the earth and produce beautiful landscapes. And he also loves to help us grow seeds of consciousness to beautify the landscape of our interior awareness. And so if we were to consider our lives like a garden, what we want to remember is that every garden is unique with a multiple of choices in soils, in plants, and in themes. So finding the garden theme is easy. It's as easy as seeing what brings a smile to your face. You see, and what brings a smile to my face is that I'm learning to live life, and that life expands and produces a greater crop, a richer harvest for me, and I am fulfilled more spiritually. They say, and I don't know who they are, but I've heard it said, a couple things about me, that I'm like a cheerleader for God. Dr. Mark told me in the School of Ministry, if you're on fire for God, people will come to watch you burn. So I won't be setting myself on fire here, but I got to tell you, I am on fire for God. And one of the things that I'm really on fire about is the teachings of the science of mind. And so, yes, I'm an absolutist. I absolutely believe in the presence and the principle and the power that lives within each one of us. And it is that intelligence within us that when we plant the seed of that consciousness, something magnificent happens by means of us. Something magnificent. And so the science of mind, what we say is that the universe is always giving to us. And the way that it gives to us is by means of ideas. So work with me here, okay? Our ideas are the seeds of life, the seeds of consciousness that we bring to life. You see, but if we don't have any garden or some rich and fertile soil to plant that idea, that seed into, probably not very much is going to take place within our consciousness. So the seed, most of us think, is probably the beginning, right? But actually, if we think about it, the soil is equally as important for the beginning. So for us to get a great start in life, what's in the soil of our subjective being? What's in the soil within us? What do we believe about our nature? Is there some false idea that we carry that there's not enough or I'm not enough? There's three great error beliefs, right? And these are them. I'm not enough, there's not enough, and it's too late, right? And so what I've noticed, really, is that even though it really doesn't take too much to realize that if we have a bunch of junk in the soil, that those seeds are going to run into just a little bit of problem trying to emerge through the surface of that soil, right? That we probably wouldn't get the crop that we desire. If you got a bunch of rocks and boulders and all kinds of junk inside the soil, in other words, you haven't cultivated it, you haven't done what's necessary, or I haven't done. Let's not talk about you. That's not fair. I know where I haven't cultivated. How about you? I don't mean to point the finger or anything. But one of the things that I know is that if we have a bunch of stuff in there, we're not going to produce the crop that we desire, at least not as easily as we might expect or desire. And I know, I want to say all the time, can it just be easy? Why can't it just be easy? Because my experience hasn't been easy. But if I could be honest if I could be really honest, it has been fulfilling. It really has. See, we have to get in there and clean out some of those rocks and boulders. Remove those creeping things. Not the worms, but like the weeds and stuff that want to choke us off from getting a good start.